Welcome back, everyone. It is I, the Oscar-nominated a-hole, the a-hole who... Come on, I gotta admit, I'm sometimes a troll. And today, we're gonna be talking about 3 pieces of news. News today just came out like clockwork. Not big pieces, but definitely interesting pieces of news. And so we're gonna talk about them. So the first piece of news that I found out today, due to the wonderful reporting and journaling by the YouTube channel SC Reviews. Check him out, he's awesome. There is apparently an article out on the BBC website that is saying, a bunch of SJWs, an SJW reporter, stating that The Matrix has lost its, it's out of its time now because it's a white man's fantasy. And the more I listened to him read the article, the more I was stunned. I mean, it's the classic tropes, right? Oh, the woman, is, she's, helpless and whatever. And, there's not as much representation. And, the white guy, he gets all his powers from nothing. Which is hilarious considering that these people prop up Captain Marvel and Rey, 2 people who get super powerful for no reason explained whatsoever, only because they're women. Of course, they fail to remember that in the movie The Matrix, it explains how Neo gets all his powers. It explains why he's as powerful as he is. And on top of that, he actually has a character flaw. He's always trepidatious. He doesn't know if he's the chosen one or not. He's like, no, you're wrong, I'm not the one. You got the wrong guy. I'm just a normal dude. And believe me, this is someone who religiously watches these movies and loved them so much. They're classics. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, the first one only. No. For me, I love all of them. I love The Matrix, 1, Reloaded, and Revolutions. Love them so much. To me, one of the best strong female-led scenes of all time is in Matrix Revolutions when Niobe, if you've watched the film, when Niobe takes control of one of the big ships and she goes through the mechanical line tunnels and oh my god, it's so badass. And whenever I watch that, I'm just like, as a kid I was watching it and I was always like hanging on the edge of my seat. And I wasn't ever like, oh, it's a black woman, they did that on purpose. No, I watched it because I was like, she's a good character with a good story, with a good backstory, and I care about her. And she's awesome. And I love that character so much, and she's played so well. Better yet, it's the white guys who are sitting behind not really doing much, and it's 2 black characters leading the charge who are actually controlling the ship. Guess what? No one cares. Why? Because they're great characters, played by fantastic actors and actresses, that are compelling and badass. And no one gives a flip. And you know why? Because it's so good. Anyways, the SJW article pissed me off, and it almost became. At first I was like, what? And then I got mad, and then at the end I was just laughing. So I'm like, this person has obviously not done any research into The Matrix. They were just told, hey, why don't you do this piece on The Matrix about how it's out of touch with our social justice norms? And they were like, okay, yeah, I'll do it. And then they just did it, and it's like, wow, you're so original. Anyways, also, there is the second piece of news. Gordon Ramsay, my boy, I love Gordon Ramsay. He is one of my favorite television celebrities, and I've watched every season of Hell's Kitchen at least twice. I've also watched Hotel Hell, Kitchen Nightmares. I mean, I love Gordon Ramsay. He has come out against the snowflake generation. And I'm like, well, I kind of figured, but at the same time, I'm like, yes. Gordon Ramsay has come out and stated, I'm not going to let he basically was trying to say that he doesn't want his kids to be like the snowflake generation, like he's like, I don't want people, who are like bosses over my kids to be like, oh, I got to give them special treatment because they're Gordon's kids. He's like, no. He's like, I want my kids to be beaten down and brutally punished if they're doing their job wrong. And I'm like, thank you. Thank you. I feel the same way. Whenever I have a kid, if I was ever to have any prominence whatsoever, which I highly doubt, but if I ever did, and someone was like, oh, well, we gotta treat his son right because he's like the boss or he's like someone really important or whatever, I'd be like, no, man, treat my kid like shit. I don't care. Beat him up, roughen up his edges, make him a man. I don't care. You know, you got to go through pain in order to grow up and be a man. I'm still going through that phase, but I can tell you right now, I am more of a man now than I ever was when I was in high school. Oh, Lord. Anyways, I was a softie in high school. Anyways, then the third piece of news, which just came out, I believe it just came out. Anyways, I just heard about it at the recording of this video. I heard it like literally 10 minutes ago. Disney has come out with a financial report stating that they're losing money with Star Wars. Yes! It comes from Cosmic Book News. If you want to look at the article, it's going to be there. Cosmic Book News. And basically, I believe they state that they have lost 17% of their profit margin in regards to Star Wars. And where did it all begin? They state it began with Star Wars The Last Jedi. Ha! We win! See, right there, we win. As much as people want to state, oh, well, it was just, it was a vocal minority. Oh, really? Wow, the vocal minority must own all the money because the toys aren't selling and the product isn't going and the movies aren't moving off of shelves. I still have, at my Target, which is in a city that's heavily liberal, by the way. A lot of them are just a bunch of ego freaks. So obviously this would be their type of movie. There's a crap ton of them left on the shelves. Like from the original release over a year ago with the little like special sleeve and everything. And I'm like, no one's buying these. You know why? Because it's a garbage film. I've watched movies that are way better. For instance, I'm going to add this little bit in. I just got done today watching The Foreigner with Jackie Chan in it for the first time. I felt more emotion and depth from Jackie Chan not talking than I felt in any of The Last Jedi in any of its scenes. I'm like, see? Look at there. Boom. The Foreigner is already amazing because it beat $1 billion movie. The Last Jedi. But then again, it's not that hard. I'm pretty sure The Room is better than The Last Jedi. So it's not much of a competition, if you know what I mean. Anyways, I definitely think that this is maybe, I hope at least, this is a wake-up call. But then again, it's Disney. Like, what are we going to expect them to do? Use their brains? Think critically and logically? No, they're not going to do that. Why? Because they're a bunch of idiots. They're literally a bunch of idiots. And I know a lot of people might be listening to this and be going, well, technically they own the business and they're a corporate company and you don't have a job like that. Buddy, gal, whoever you may be, it does not take having a job in the corporate world to tell if someone's being an idiot or not. Anyone in the world can tell if someone's being an idiot or not. Come on, let's just be honest. I mean, there are people who drive $4 million Lamborghinis or whatever. I'm pretty sure that's not even a price. But, really expensive Lamborghinis that fly around the interstate like a bunch of maniacs. And the guy driving a crappy, I don't know, what's a crappy car? I don't know cars. I would say Pontiac Grand Am, but I like Pontiac Grand Ams. But just say, for instance, it's a crappy Pontiac Grand Am. And he looks at it and he goes, dude, you're being an idiot. Why are you driving like that? You don't have to have a position of authority to be able to make that guess. It's just logical. So we can logically state people in Disney are being retarded right now. They're being complete and utter idiots. Grow up, act like adults, take ownership of your failures, and move on with your life. That's all we're asking. Kathleen Kennedy, J.J. Abrams, the Lucasfilm Story Group. At Star Wars Celebration, all you have to do, go up to the podium, turn on the microphone, say, hello, Star Wars fandom. We're ready and excited to present to you stuff for Episode 9. But first we want to state we are sorry for any of the crude remarks that our staff have made in the past. We are trying to be a better company to suit your needs. We realize that George would not have wanted this to happen to Lucasfilm. We're sorry, and we're going to do better. How hard is that? Literally. It takes 2 minutes. And everyone would be like, wow, I can't believe they actually said that. That's really, that's big of them to do. And everyone would be happy and we could move on with our lives. But no. What do? You are so contemptuous. You think you're so great. You think you're so fantastic. I'm Kathleen Kennedy. I'm better than everyone. Hey, bitch. No, you're not. You're stupider than sea cow milk. Yeah, that's right. Luke Skywalker was drinking your brain fluids, and when he drank it, he went, that wasn't that great. You know why? You know why? Because you're an idiot. And he lost brain cells drinking that shit. Just like we lost brain cells watching it. That rhymed, didn't mean to. Anyways, tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. Whether it is about all three of these topics or just one, I'd like to hear your thoughts. I know I only touched on the first two a little bit, but this one, the Star Wars one, that's a big one. But, tell me your thoughts down in the comment section below. And like the video if you do like this video, and subscribe to the channel if you have not done yet done so. Because I do put out videos daily. Really late, but daily. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you have a fantastic rest of your day.